There's an old adage, wise are the men who plant trees, under whose shade they will never sit. OpCamp is a faith-based organization from Unlock Ministries that is here to bring young, at-risk leaders into a community that follows Jesus. These students make up every color and gender and come from every socioeconomic background, and so do our campers, staff, and donors. This ministry truly reflects the rich diversity of the Kingdom of God and the very best of West Texas. Many groups, one of them being the United Way, support OpCamp. The United Way has a rigid selection process, and year after year, they see the real impact and long-term value of this program. OpCamp is also supported financially by businesses, foundations, and churches like Abel Hanger Foundation, Billy Hext Foundation, the Excelsior Foundation, Golf Course Road Church of Christ, Ronde Communications, Helen Greathouse Charitable Trust, James A. Buddy Davidson Foundation, New Life Church, and Stonegate Fellowship. OpCamp involves volunteers from over 30 churches. Close to 25,000 volunteer hours were given during the 2 weeks of OpCamp in the summer of 2011. How can you put a financial value on those hours? Can you imagine the impact being made through this incredible team of servant leaders? From the past 10 years, OpCamp has been diligently working to build healthy relationships. Let's hear what some have to say about OpCamp.
I'm happy for my kids because they're all excited every time they get to go out there now, so it's a fun program. I've had 1, 2, 3, 4 kids going out there already. I would recommend it for other parents to let their children go out there, and like I say, the staff is excellent.
It's one of those things that I was never going to be able to give them. I was never going to send them to a camp on my own. Everything was paid for. I didn't have to worry about not even sending money for food or anything. So after they came back and told me the first time, it was really, really different, my way of thinking.
It just helped change my life, a negative, a positive, just in a positive way. Now I'm starting to go to church more. Like before OpCamp, I never went to church. I made new friends there, and I just see things in a positive way now.
Since I had gone there since elementary and then junior high, it was just kind of one of those places that I never wanted to stop going to. I just wanted to keep going. So then I was like, well, if I'm a counselor, that means I can keep coming back, and I just didn't want to lose touch with OpCamp.
I'd like to be on the other side of this, make an impact like I was impacted. I want to help those kids the way they helped me, and so I did it. Having all those kids just looking up to you, everything I did, they were right there behind me, just watching my every move. Being able to just talk to them about what I love, having time with them, just talking to them about the Bible, talking about things that we learned before we got there. Just having that alone time with them and having them understand what we're talking about was just incredible, and it was a different feeling that I've never had before, and we were just a big family.
Anybody that has any doubts, really, they're gonna have the greatest time. They're gonna learn more about God or about God. A lot of people doesn't know anything, and they'll teach them how to pray, how to read the Bible, and how to get along with other people, because there's kids that are very not social, I don't know how to put it, but they're not outgoing. And me having 5 kids, I know each one of them is different, and it's helped on each one of them in a different way.
The impact that OpCamp is making is significant. We've grown from being in 11 Title I schools to now being connected to 19 Title I schools in Midland, 176 elementary campers, 90 junior high campers, and 90 high school staff were involved in 2011 alone. Since 2009, elementary camp has taken in 50% more first-year campers, and in 2010, junior high camp grew by 80%. This is great news, but the cost to do camp continues to rise. These are challenging times. Costs have risen. Support for nonprofits has suffered greatly. In 2009, the Great Recession impacted nonprofits like nothing this generation has ever seen. People cut their giving to nonprofits by 50%. But since 2009, God has continued to expand the opportunities to bless young leaders. In 2011, more first-year campers came to OpCamp than ever before, and that led to more staff being recruited and trained. We were faithful with the growth God gave us, despite the difficult financial environment and uphill struggle. Since 2002, Unlock Ministries OpCamp has impacted over 1,000 leaders for Christ, but there's a lot more work to do. We always want you to sponsor students to go to OpCamp, but our two goals for the coming year involve relationships and finding a place. Number one, we believe that relationships change everything. So we are working to connect every camper to a Christ-following mentor every week. We need more people to invest in these young leaders. Number two, we are working to create a place where young leaders can find their voice and learn to express themselves in a faith-oriented, relevant, and relational context.
There's a lot of kids out there that want to have fun, that have never been out of their house. They'll probably be on the street during the summer doing nothing. And if this is an opportunity to send them to have a better future, learn more about different things, and if they don't have the money, they won't be doing anything. But if they have somebody to support them and help them, you know, it'll make a big difference on all these kids.